Hello, welcome to the Active Not Registered Report training video. In this video, we will be using this report to outline the steps that we take to answer the question, how can we identify the under-registered and not registered undergraduate students without any restrictions for 21 winter quarter in your program as of right now? The report may look slightly different due to new developments, but we're hoping that by showing our steps on how we can use this report to answer this question, it will give you a sense of how this report could help you. Let's get started. Here, we can see what the report looks like when you first open it. If your screen looks a little different than mine, that's okay. You should have access to the same Power BI tools and report functionality, but please reach out if you still have any questions after watching this video. On the far left, we have the Power BI navigation tools, and next to that, we have the report pages. On the top, we have some Power BI report tools. We have the Reset to Default button, the Bookmark tool, the View Options tool, the Refresh Visuals button, and an option to favorite this report. Below that, we can see the report and that it is broken into two parts, a section for slicers and a section for data visualizations. Here, we have a number of slicers that we can apply, and over here, we have the data represented in multiple forms. Let's first consider which page and slicers we will use to focus the data visualization and answer our question. The first thing to note is that on the overview page, a few slicers have been pre-selected for us, specifically the current term, the graduation application, and the leave of absence pull-down slicers. Since this report is designed to help identify active students who are not fully registered for the upcoming term, the Power BI engineers have set these to be active on default to help with identifying students. Please note that they can be turned off manually, so if the report looks odd upon resetting to default, these slicers may be the first place to start looking. We should also note that the data in this report is refreshed daily in the morning, starting from the window of open registration to the advanced registration start date of the following term. Let's now consider which page and slicers we will use to focus the data visualization and answer our question. Starting in the overview page, let's apply slicers to help us identify our specific population group. Based on the hypothetical question, we'll first open the academic level pull-down slicer and check the undergraduate box. The slicer should now read undergraduate. We can also see that the visualization has already changed due to the slicer. Next, we will open the restriction code pull-down slicer and select No Restrictions. The visualization has changed again to reflect the new slicer. Oops! It looks like I accidentally adjusted the cumulative GPA slicer. Let's click on this eraser icon to clear it so that it doesn't affect our data. Looking at the visualization, we can see the title now says Total Active Students by School and Registration Status, and we can see some general data across all of the SU schools. Let's dive further into the visualizations. If you right-click on any of the schools, we can see options to drill down, show as table, show next level, drill up, include, and exclude. Drilling down will help us get more specific information by filtering out data through specific hierarchies. So let's click on that. We can see that this school in particular is expanded, and the other schools have been removed from the visualization. However, now the title is obscured. Let's click on the focus mode icon to maximize this visualization for more clarity. This is better. If we right-click again, we would have the option to further drill down into specific data. But instead, let's see how we can further identify under-registered and not registered students specifically. Let's click on this button to go back to the Overview Report page, and let's now click on the Active Student Support page here. You may now notice that in this video, we've adjusted this panel here to protect student information, but there will be a spreadsheet of data here. This section of the page will provide useful information for further identifying under-registered and not registered students. Let's click on these button slicers to activate them specifically. Now that we have them applied, we can adjust the table results by clicking on any of the columns. We can also open the filter option here to further refine our results after interacting with the table. For example, if I wanted to further focus our results to just seniors, I would open the filter options, open class, and click on the box next to seniors to apply it. The data here has changed, but let's click on the eraser here to clear the filter. This would also be a good point to apply a slicer to help with answering the question and focusing it toward your program. Here, we can see the school, department, and academic program pull-down slicers. And by clicking on any of them, we will be able to apply slicers that would refine the table below. We can also refine any of the slicers we have already applied. Say, for example, we wanted to adjust the restrictions code slicer from no restrictions to only looking for the code FSREG. We can go into the search bar, enter FSREG, select it, deselect no restrictions, and continue on. However, I think in this case, since we're focused on answering a specific question, I'm going to go back and clear the slicer by clicking on the eraser again, deleting our search terms in the box, and then selecting no restrictions to get us back to where we were. It looks like we found some information that helps to answer our question. So let's look at bookmarking this point and exporting the data. Let's place a bookmark here so that we can easily get back to this point. We'll click on the bookmark tool here and then click on Add a Personal Bookmark. We'll title this bookmark 21WQ Undergrad, Under and Not, No Restrictions, so that we can remember what we did to get to this point. And then we'll click on Save. We can see that our new bookmark now pops up. Finally, we'll export our findings. On the top left of the report, we'll click on the Export option. We have a few options for exporting, either in PowerPoint, as a PDF, or in Excel. Let's export this as an Excel file. We're now prompted with where we want to save the document for access later. Thank you for taking the time to watch this training video. For more information, be sure to check the Inform SU training pages and the report infographic, manual, and glossary. We're working hard to build out more content aimed at specific reports, so please send any questions, comments, or feedback to informsu@seattleu.edu. Thank you again from the Inform SU team, and good luck!